Welcome to Estonian Cricket Weekly. I am Ragne Hallik. Before we start, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and share it with your friends to help us spread Estonian cricket to the world. This week we bring you results from the Noorte Tänavaliiga 20, the final game of the Naiste Esiliiga, but we will begin with the highlights from the Eesti Premium Liiga. The Rising Stars won the toss and chose to bat. Openers Maidul and Shoaib got off to a good start before Ragne took 2 wickets in the 4th over to get rid of Shoaib and Nazmul. Maidul and Udian put up some resistance, but the wickets fell regularly, and despite a late cameo from Shebin, who hit a couple of boundaries, Rising Stars could only manage 116 from their 20 overs. Mofis, Esano and Ragne were all excellent for the riders with the ball. The riders lost Anand early before Alok and the captain Rana put on a 60-run partnership to take the score to 82 before Rana was got off the bowling of Shoaib for 32. Hallik, playing his first game of the season, came out blazing and smashed the riders to their first victory in the 2023 EPL. He brought up the winning runs with a 6, the riders recording a 8-wicket victory with 4 overs to spare. Player of the match was Mofis for his 3 for 27. The riders played their second match of the day against the Stallions, and they were sent into bat. The bowlers were on top from the start, and the wickets fell consistently, with none of the riders' batters able to make much of an impact. They were bowled out in the 18th over for just 111. With Obaid, the pick of the bowlers, taking 4 for 21. The Stallions lost Aditya for just 8. Before Rifat and Zishan combined for a 102-run partnership. Rifat was particularly brutal, hitting 53 runs from just 28 balls. They hit the winning runs in just 11 overs, finishing on the 112 for 1 and winning by 9 wickets. Player of the match was Obaid for his 4 wickets. Sunday's first match saw United win the toss and choose to bat. The openers got off to a steady start with a 50-run partnership before Ayush got by Stu off the bowling of Ben. Nunn started to find the form, hitting 8 boundaries in his 57 runs. Hamza and Anurag finished with a late flurry. Anurag hitting 3 sixes in the final over to take the total to 178 for 3. The Hippos had a big chase in front of them and lost Ben in just the 2nd over, bowled by Nand. Stu came to the crease and shared a 114-run partnership with Dave, taking the Hippos to 129 in the 14th over before Stu was bowled by Nand. Rudesh and Tim came and went quickly, and when Kalle joined Dave, the Hippos needed 20 more runs in the last 3 overs. The winning runs came in the 19th over, with Dave finishing on 71 not out and Kalle 8 not out of 5 balls. Player of the match was Dave for his 71 not out. United took on Strikers in the second match on Sunday, and the Strikers won the toss and batted first. Habib and Ali got off to a great start, scoring 58 from the power play, before Habib was bowled by Anurag for 28. Ali played a lone role, as wickets fell in quick succession at the other end, as no more of the Strikers' batters could reach double figures. He was bowled by Ash for 81 in the 19th over, and for the first time this year, Strikers were bowled out, finishing on 158. Ashish was the pick of the bowlers for United, with 3 for 21. United could sense an upset, but they needed to start well. Unfortunately, they lost Ayush in the first over, and another 3 wickets fell in the power play, leaving them in trouble at 43 for 4. Murali and Hamza tried hard to get their team back on track, but with the required run rate mounting, wickets continued to fall. United were bowled out for just 113, giving the Strikers a 45-run victory. Player of the match was Ali Masood for his 81 runs. Tartu Wolves 140-7 defeated Mustamäe Bulls 118-10 by 22 runs. Player of the match was Muhammad Usman for his 3 wickets. Tartu Wolves 144-6 defeated Eesti Tigers 114-10 by 30 runs. Player of the match was again Muhammad Usman for his 4 wickets for just 11 runs.
The final match of the Naiste Esiliiga saw Saaremaa 52-2 defeat Tiskre Penguins 51-9 by 5 wickets. Player of the match was Victoria Frey for her fantastic bowling with figures of 4 for 7. Congratulations to Saaremaa, winners of the first Naiste Esiliiga.
There were 5 games this week in the Noorte Tänavaliiga 20. In Game 1, Hirved 1-for-23 defeated Rebased 2-for-19 by 5 wickets. Player of the match was Tevia, who scored 9 not out and got 1 for 5 with the ball. Rebased won the Game 2 by 5 wickets, 1-for-19 to 1-for-17. Player of the match was Artyom for his 3 runs and none for 2. The third match was a tie, Rebased 3-for-12 and Hirved 1-for-12. Player of the match was Robert for his 1-for-1. Hirved batted first in Game 4, an opening pair of brothers, Tevia and Denmay, were unbeatable, scoring 27. In reply, Rebased got 1-for-18. Player of the match was Tevia for his 18 not out, including a 6 and none for 2. Rebased batted first in the last game, but Tevia was once again on fire with bowling figures of 2-for-0. Artyom and Marta bowled well for the Rebased, restricting the scoring, and it looked like Rebased would defend their score of 17 until player of the match Pinara scored 5 not out to win the game for his team. There are 2 more weeks of games and new players are still welcome. Contact operations@estoniancricket.com for more information.
This is the first of a double-header for Stallions and should be a tougher game than they have faced recently. United are strengthened with the return of Anurag Singh, but I'm not sure even his height will get United over the line. Stallions to win. In the second game of the day, Stallions play Riders, and I expect it to be a repeat of the easy victory that they had last week. Stallions to win. The Rising Stars and Hippos play each other twice this Sunday, and it is a fantastic opportunity for either side, if they can win both games, to leap up the table. I think it will be the Hippos that will do the hopping. Hippos to win both games. Viking Stars are leading the pack in Division 2, and despite Tigers picking up their first win 2 weeks ago, I think the leaders will be too good. Viking Stars to win. This should be a very close game and a tough one to pick. Both teams have lost more than they have won so far and will want the points here to avoid coming last. Tigers to win.
At the end of every episode, I will teach you a cricket term in Estonian. This week's term is for hit wicket. Ümberaitud värav. Hit wicket in Estonian is ümberaitud värav. Aitäh vaatamast ja kohtume järgmisel nädalal. Thanks to our sponsors, Enges Technology, HML Project Management, Norcom Beton and sportsbet.io for their continued support of cricket in Estonia.